We are going to be live soon. Hi, this is Edip, 24th of January 2023. Let me see myself. Where am I? Where am I? Okay, too many pages open and admit people, controlling everything. There is no assistant here so far. Okay, here it is. Now, today we are going to talk about burning, in quote, burning the Quran. Quran cannot be burned. First of all, I want to correct the title of many news that the fascist far-right Danish politician, what was his name? Let me find his name. Okay, screen and Danish politician. Okay, here. Not here. No. I'm wrong place. What is Paul? What is his name? Do you remember, people? We cannot talk right now. I know that. I think I wrote here. And who is doing this? Okay, I'm going to stop here. Someone is doing some mischief here. First, find out that one. Okay, a Danish politician, and his name, and to find out about his name recently, I checked his name, was, what was it? Gosh. Rasmus Paludan. I don't know how to pronounce it properly. Whether I do pronounce it, Ramus, he's a fascist Danish politician. Therefore, what he did, he burned the manuscript, not the Quran. Quran cannot be burned, cannot be destroyed, cannot be torn, because Quran is a numerical coded message. It is in the heart of people who are endowed with knowledge, and also it is preserved perfectly by God Almighty. Therefore, the Quran cannot be eaten by goat, cannot be torn, cannot be eaten by termites, cannot be burned by fascists, and cannot be hanged to the wall by Sunnis or Shiites. And Sunni and Shiite people, they kind of show a sign of self-righteousness, as if they really love the Quran. They react to it in a way it is condemned by the Quran. They react to this burning of the manuscript like exactly idol worshippers depicted in the Quran. And then they themselves, in fact, have betrayed almost all the verses of the Quran. They have associated partners to the Quran, volumes, sacks of books, volumes of fabricated books by Ibn Falan and Abu Falan. They care less about the verses of the Quran. When I recite them, remind them verses of the Quran, they say, what about Ibn Falan and Abu Falan, this great alim, this great sheikh, Prophet Muhammad? They made up many lies in the name of Prophet Muhammad. Therefore, they have nothing to do really with Quran. First, I want to expose their hypocrisy, and then we'll come talk about the real issue, about freedom of expression, how they don't care about God's word. And here it is. Do you see it? I want you to be able to read. Here it is. In this one, in Quran and Manifesto for Islamic Reform. Please, Joe, don't do this. Joe, you are drawing here. I'm going to kick you out from here. I invited some of you. Okay, then here it is. Someone is acting up. Let me open the microphone. to unmute yourself. Okay. Who is doing this? Joe, you are out.
And I watched a woman crash.
Okay.
She pulled out at a junction, turned, and somehow, I can't even explain to you how ridiculous this was. She came up, she pulled out of a junction, turned right. And instead of just turning right, she did some kind of U-turn back into traffic and crashed. It didn't make any human sense. I can't explain it to you in a way that makes sense. I know you're sitting there thinking, no, that can't be right. So that's literally what she did. Traffic's going this way. The traffic stopped. She comes out. Instead of just turning right and going on her way, she comes and just crashes into this car. And I sat there and I thought,
okay, I put you in waiting. Okay, I put him in waiting room, whoever this guy, and I know that I made a mistake. I share it on Twitter, and they are coming Sunnis and Shiites. They are coming to sabotage this meeting. No problem. We'll do it. Take it easy. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay. Okay, great. Now, I was showing you this very important. Please stop your computer screen and then look at this column. This is according to the Quran. This is according to Sunni and Shiite religions. They are almost in all these topic, on all these topic, they're in agreement by saying yes to the blasphemy, to barbarism, to many incredible idol worship here. And ISIS also is like them. The only one they differ on this one. Who is the one writing this one? Okay. Now it is too much. Anyone knows who the last person who wrote on this? Okay, next time I will not share publicly. That is my mistake. Okay, now this one, it shows the hypocrisy of the so-called Muslim world. They don't care when it is when Jesus is insulted, when God is insulted, but when Prophet Muhammad is insulted, or when the Quran is insulted, no problem. The verses of the Quran is violated all over in their countries. That is not important. Idol worship is everywhere. That's not important. But paper and ink, somehow they worship it is their idol, and they show so much reaction. And in this reaction, there is hypocrisy. One hypocrisy is they are the one betraying the book. The ones who burn it. First of all, Sweden, the country is not burning this. They are reacting to the country for allowing freedom of expression, which should be. There is no limit, according to the Quran, to freedom of expression. Since the Quran says, chapter 4, 140, and chapter 6, verse 68, tells us that if people are insulting and making mockery of our system, our faith, our God, or our book, what we should do. Let me read you the verse. If you encounter those who make fun of our signs, then turn away from them until they move on to a different topic. And the devil lets you forget. And if the devil lets you forget, then do not sit after remembering with the wicked people. And here is this footnote in Quran, a Reformist translation related to this one. Let's open these verses. This is chapter 2, verse 256. There is no compulsion in religion. In other one, 4:137. In fact, not religion, in the system. And 4:137, those who acknowledge, then reject, then acknowledge, then reject, then they increase the rejection. God was neither to forgive them nor to guide them to the path, but it is their relation with God. God never wants us to punish people because of their opinion or their criticism or their insult. Unfortunately, it's not highlighted. I'm going to open this one because the comma, the chapter number is not written next to it. 610, and let's see this one. We divert their hearts and their eyesight as they deny acknowledge first time, and we leave them wandering in their transgression. And would you force the people to make them acknowledge, accept the truth? No. Iman, you cannot force Iman on people. Say the truth is from your Lord. Whoever desires may acknowledge, may amena. Amena means acknowledge, affirm the truth. And whoever desires may reject. We have prepared for the wicked a fire for those. And then let me check 4140. This one. It has been sent down to you in the book that when you hear God's signs being rejected and ridiculed, then do not sit with them until they move on to a different subject. Don't do that. Don't do that. Chris, you are doing wrong. I'm going to kick you out from that. Erase it. Okay, I know you are a troll. You may be able to talk, okay? If not, then you are take them. God will gather the hypocrites and the ingrates in hell together. Okay, I am going to eliminate Chris. Chris Ello, you are going to be kicked out from here. He escaped before I kicked out, almost barely escaped. I could report him, but unfortunately he escaped. They are good at it. Chris, I love it. Okay, come in. Now, as you notice, people, I don't see the face of anyone here. It is really unbelievable. People come here, cover their faces. Come on, I want to see you, talk with you. But, and then the trolls are the active. These people who are supposed to be active and participate in discussion, they're covering their faces and mute. No problem. There is something interesting about this. Lindenberger. Carl.
When I hit video, it says the host hasn't started it.
At least there is life here. Nice to hear you, Carl.
But you can't start the video without you permitting it.
What did he say?
When I hit the video, it says the host hasn't permitted it.
Oh, why don't you tell me?
I did.
No wonder. I in security automatically it does, unfortunately, secure all of them on mute. Unfortunately, I didn't later uncheck that one. Okay, now start video. You may start your videos. Yeah, the new setting somehow, thank you. The new default setting, Carl, it checks, it unchecks all of basically, it unchecks all of them, doesn't allow start video now, I noticed. This is my error, I apologize, people. Okay, nice to see you, Emrah. Nice to see you, Carl. At least two faces I see. And there are a few trolls come. Alper, nice to see you. And you see I'm distracted because of this troll. I'm trying to show something on the screen, they come right on it. Okay, one, as I said, the so-called Sunni and Shiite world, they don't care about the Quran. They prefer Ibn Falan, Abu Falan, Hadith, Siyar, Tafsir, Fiqh of Mazahib, a different sect, to the verses of the Quran. And we have exposed them numerous times, especially in Manifesto for Islamic Reform, and they are available at my Academia page for free as a PDF, and also at Amazon if you want to buy his book. And also, they are hypocrites because they are accusing Sweden country. No, the Sweden as a country or Sweden as a government, they are not burning the manuscripts, your idol. What they are doing, they are giving permission to everyone to express themselves. In fact, they are following the Quran. Two verses I reminded you, chapter 6, verse 36, and chapter 4, verse 140, clearly tell us there is absolute freedom of expression. Okay. I don't know how they come. I thank God I have right now a waiting room, and I thought he was a normal human being, but he was not. Now, this is the world we are living in. Forgive me for this distraction. Are you disturbed right now by this or no? Are you okay? No problem. And the second, it is Sweden that follow the verse of the Quran, allow people to express themselves. God says, فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ. Whoever wishes to acknowledge, to affirm, let them affirm. Those who reject, let them reject. And God allows people to insult God. Christians make up so many lies in the name of God. Sunnis and Shiites, Hindus. The world is full of people, majority of people make up lies, the worst lies, stupid lies, attribute them to God. Therefore, God allows this. How in the name of God you stop people, and you are worse than those people. And you are one of those ones who make up lies in the name of God, who insult God, insult Prophet Muhammad through volumes of books, and then you show the audacity as if you are the protector of God. And third, it is not the Quran, it is the manuscript. If these guys stole your book and burned that one, yes, you have the right to go to the police, say, I paid $20 to these books, so these guys stole it, and get back my money. That's fine. But he's not stealing your book. He paid his own money, he got his own book. This is paper and ink, he burns it. Verbally, he can reject your religion, or he can do this. And I like United States laws, which allows people to desecrate the flag. People can burn the flag, American flag, can step on it, can do anything they want. And because that flag stands for freedom, freedom of expression. The symbol of the freedom cannot stop the freedom itself. And therefore, we should in everywhere, we should allow people to express themselves as they want. The only limitation would be two limitations of expressing something. One is to falsely accuse someone of a crime or an immoral act, by this way defaming that person and hurting that person socially, financially, in the society, personally. And that is because there is a matter of believability in that kind of lie. But you are saying you are a donkey, or you are a pig, or you are a thief, or something general statement. This is just expressing your personal things. It doesn't hurt the other person at all. If it hurt, I would be the most miserable person on earth, because since more than 30 years, I have received not hundreds, not thousands, maybe millions of insults from all around, from Sunnis, Shiites, from atheists, from Hindus, from Christians, from fascists. I get, because I'm outspoken, I'm not scared of them. I challenge all of them. I'm not scared of trolls. Troll doesn't bother me at all. And therefore, if it hurts someone, I would be the most miserable, depressed person on earth. To the contrary, I am the second happiest person on earth, thank God. And therefore, it is a big lie that what is the insult hurt me. No, you don't need to listen to someone's insult. If someone insulting you in your home, you say, leave my home, please. This is my home. If he's on your page, you may block that person. Usually I tolerate them to a certain point. You know, initially they are ignorant, they insult, I say, I ignore them. Maybe they hear the message. Sometimes those who insult me, after a while, they started listening, learning, and reading and thinking, and they gave up. Many thousands of people who have written under my YouTube, they say in the past, here I was insulting you and stuff, but now I am changed. I apologize. I say you don't need to apologize. Therefore, I mostly tolerate people if they insult me person. But if they insult me, God and the Quran and Muhammad and the truth in a very obscene ways, then I may put them on mute, don't see them or block them on my page. But I never, ever sue them to the police, to the court. They insulted me. But right now in Turkey, people are suing each other. The courts are busy with the law of so-called insult laws. And Recep Erdogan, he is the dictator of Turkey. He himself filed lawsuit through his lawyers paid by people's money, by taxpayers. He sued about 150,000 people for insulting him. Imagine what a big ego. He's the most powerful guy. He took control of all the institutions in Turkey. And he passes the law, one person. In fact, the Congress, so-called Great National Congress, is a small national Congress, has no meaning, no control, nothing. But this guy, he has about 30 lawsuits against me, and I receive sometimes from the embassy, you should appear to this court, or you got this many months, this many year punishment, penalty, prison, come to Turkey, enter the prison, idiots. And then this guy, about 30 lawsuits against me, in all of them, next to his name is Mağdur. Mağdur means victim. The biggest dictator in Turkey, who killed many people, imprisoned tens of thousands of people. With people's money, he made for himself the biggest mansion in the world, 1,150 rooms, just one of the mansion. 1,150 room. By comparison to White House has 132 rooms. And he was in the beginning of his political campaigns years ago, he was waving Hazreti Ömer's patchy clothes. He was talking stories about Hazreti Ömer was so just. He was, because people poor, he was not richer than the people he was representing. Therefore, he would be walking, the leader of the president of Muslims, Khalifa Umar, would walk with patchy clothes. There were patches on his clothes. He wouldn't burn the candle of the government for nighttime. He had his own personal candle. That was, he was scrupulous about the right of other people. But he came to power. He stole billions of dollars, billions, shared with his family and cronies. And he made for himself the biggest mansion in the world. Turkey is not the biggest country in the world. The economy is down. Right now, majority of people, more than about 50%, makes less than $400 per month. Less than 40. In fact, average is $300 per month. While in his mansion, 1,150 rooms, each the furniture there are antiques. The rugs on the floor, they are Persian rugs, silk rugs. The electricity bill is huge. And the menu, the most sophisticated menu, I don't know even the name of the food. Every day they are eating. And this guy talks about God and Muhammad and Hazreti Umar, patchy clothes. and tells people to be modest, to be thankful, to stay hungry, to be thankful because what they have. Honestly, he and his wife telling people about qana'at in Arabic, qana'at, to be what? To be appreciative of whatever they have. Bread, that's okay, that's good. That's enough for you. They have the audacity to tell people. His wife is basically incredible, outrageous, her spending. She went to Belgium. We know this. I remember this. I tell everyone because this is documented by foreign journalists. There is no doubt about that. In fact, there is a video of it. She and her husband, Erdogan, they participated in conference in Brussels, international conference. That time, his wife, before politics, they didn't have anything. I know them. They were my friends. Erdogan was below me in the political movement, in the political party. And I know them, and they know, everyone knows. They didn't have anything. Basically, they got wealth through the government by stealing. And that time, his wife, I'm sorry, in Turkish, we don't have he, she, it. In English, sometimes my mind goes to other. Anyway, his wife, Emine Erdogan, went to a gift shop in Brussels. And then, of course, became news. She closed the gift shop to the traffic. And then police is there waiting for her to get out because she is the wife of the president of Turkey and she's protected by police. And then journalists went there. What is going on? She went to the most luxurious store there. You can Google it. And then she entered that store and she got out. After her, journalists went there. They wondered what she purchased. She purchased Hermes brand bag, a Hermes brand bag. And the price tag was the bag. They showed the receipt. It was 49,995 euros. 49,995 euros. Multiply by about 19 to find out how many Turkish lira right now. And imagine people making about 300 euros, about 40% of the population, $300 or euros. They're equivalent dollars and euros right now. And imagine she paid that much money is equivalent of how many years lifetime income of a working person to a single bag, Hermes. And these guys right now talking in the name of the Quran, supposedly he cares about the Quran. He's a murderer, Turkish Erdogan, murdered many, many people. And he's right now working with mafia, Turkish mafia, fascist mafia, who are smuggling heroin and cocaine. Turkey right now, Istanbul, is a hub of drug traffic. And then they are making billions of dollars from that. And then he imprisoned many, many innocent people, Kurdish people, also many people who belong to Fethullah Gülen cults. They are not terrorists. And they are accused of being terrorists. Forget about being terrorists. They are the most peaceful people in Turkey. Though religiously I disagree, I reject their religion, their cult, but they are not. None of them use guns. But they are accused of being terrorists, and they are put in prison, men and women, sometimes children, and they also take over their wealth. And many other troubles in Turkey, unfortunately. Erdogan attacked Syria and helped ISIS to kill Kurdish people. And so many evil, but this guy is right now supposedly defender of the Quran. Sweden, which is almost a Muslim country, a peacemaking country, in many ways, 100 times closer to the Quran than all the so-called Muslim countries combined. Okay. Therefore, people want to come here. I'm not sure. Some of the names are suspect because some of the names sounds like trolls. Anyone would like to talk, add, please feel free. I talk too much, I know. Ahmed Alibari, you are in darkness, my friend. Put some light.
Hello, Edip.
Can you hear me, Edip?
Yes, Emrah, I can hear you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Emrah. I'm a Turkish and I'm a Muslim. And as a Muslim, unfortunately, I feel obliged to defend Sweden against the understanding in Turkey, which is so-called an Islamic country. And in order to do that, I prepare a little speech, and I would like to just read it because my English isn't very good and I would like to be clear. People in Turkey reacted greatly because of Musaf, which was burned in Sweden. With this reaction, people who worship the Musaf acted against the Quran. The Quran is a knowledge revealed and protected by the gods. That is, it cannot be burned and it cannot be destroyed. Musaf, on the other hand, is a book made of paper and ink. It can be burned, destroyed, and even misspelled. In the Quran, chapter 4, verse 140, God orders us to leave that environment when our religion is mocked and says to return when the subject changes. That is, these demonstrations made by people who worship Musaf but do not care about the orders of the Quran are nothing but hypocrisy. Sweden is a country like a lighthouse of peace that offers its citizens a peaceful life. Sweden, which implements socioeconomic policies that appreciate gender equality and population diversity, therefore attracts many investments in its country, including Muslim investors. Thus, Sweden, which both improves its economy and offers a better life to its people, ensures that different groups in the country live in peace. In Sweden, Muslims are allowed to have all political and civil rights. To this end, Sweden has also taken a number of measures to protect and further enhance the rights and well-being of its citizens. Muslim communities in Sweden feel freer, happier, and safer than even their own country. When it comes to living peace and harmony in general, which I can call Islam, Sweden is a far superior and more Muslim country than Turkey. Thank you.
Yep, I entirely agree with you. Sweden, Norway, Finland, Denmark, Netherlands, Germany, and those countries, even British, though British has problem in terms of international kind of dealings, but they are internally, they are much closer to the teaching of the Quran than so-called Sunnis and Shiites. They are just the opposite in many ways, from treatment of humans, from treatment of minorities, from freedom of expression, to even morality, moral issues, unfortunately, backward countries. And yeah, Islam means peacemaking. And they are neither peacemakers and nor monotheists. And unfortunately, it is the case. Okay, anyone would like to talk? Because I want to close this one in about totally less than 1 hour, maybe 40 minutes. Okay, that's good. No one wants to talk. Fantastic. I like it to be that short, though we had some adventure with trolls, but we made our points that freedom of expression, we don't agree that person is burning a book, any book. It doesn't, to me, it is a bad thing because when my wife burns a candle, I feel bad about it when she goes away, and then I turn the candle off because it is creating unnecessary carbon dioxide, correct? The oxygen in the air is precious stuff. Therefore, I'm against someone burning a book. It pollutes the air. But besides that, well, in fact, I wish that idiot, that politician, fascist politicians, get thousands of the Quran manuscripts and destroy them, not burning them, destroy them. His money, get away his money. That's okay, no problem. It doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt God. It doesn't hurt the truth in the Quran. Nothing. And one more important thing I want to share with you people. This kind of reaction, even if it is right reaction, they are not justified because they are hypocrites themselves. They are themselves betraying the Quran, enemies of the Quran, and they are also enemies of the freedom of expression. But even if they are justified, practically it is a stupid way to go because you give one person power to animate billions of you with one simple action. He spends $20 and few calories to burn it, and you, millions of it on the street, leave your job and everything, you go crazy, and he watches you. How easy to make news out of this. It cost me only $20 to buy this book, correct? A few calories to burn it, and these idiots, billions of them on the street, they are protesting me. Okay, they did today, tomorrow again, another one, they will do it. Therefore, you will be always be like monkey jumping around, angry on the streets, crazy, burning things, and one person is enough to animate all of you in a negative way. Therefore, it is a losing game. How can you do that? You give too much power to your enemy's hand. When I was teaching at my son's school, some kids would come to me. I was teacher for 10 years in my both kids' school. And kid come to me, cry. And my friends calling me these names. And I cry. I say, well, you deserve it. In fact, you deserve it. You are the one inviting them. Because when they say one single word, it doesn't cost them much. They can make you unhappy and cry. You give them the power. You say, it's very easy to hurt me and to make me cry. Just say a magic word. You make them magician against you. You give them power. I said, if you don't show this reaction, this power, they may say once or twice, and then they will not do that because it will not hurt you. Their whole intention to hurt you, and you feel that you show that you are hurt, they will continue. And not only themselves, also the others. They say, there's a kid. He is reacting so crazy to this word. And let's say this word. And therefore, to so-called Muslim world, Sunni and Shiite, this ignorant world, I say, you are really pathetic, unfortunately. Have mercy on yourself. Don't give so much power to fascists, to evil people out there. You yourself not, some of you are not bad people, but unfortunately the religion you are following is not good. And therefore have mercy on you, don't show this reaction. Anything else you want to say?
No,
Thank you, Edip. Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care. Peace.
Thank you, Edip, and thank you, Emra, for the nice speech. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Alper. Thank you, everyone. Actually,
Mashallah. Carl, do you have anything to tell?
Yes, I don't. I appreciate what you said, and it makes a lot of sense.
Did you understand? Because recently I've been talking too much Turkish. Therefore, my English regresses.
It was good. It was
okay.
good.
You understood. If you are my linguistic linguometer.